channel. If it's your first time here, please consider subscribing, like, and share. And let's get into today's video. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are at 200 subscribers. Thank you guys very much for sticking around and checking out the videos. I hope you're enjoying them as much as I'm enjoying making them. I made a video right around the time I started doing the Opeth reaction marathon and just pushing all those videos out. That when we hit 200 subscribers on this channel, I was going to make a video. I was going to tell you guys about 5 bands that if I could go back in time and rediscover, like how I'm discovering Opeth now, I would love to have been able to do like reaction videos then. Obviously it couldn't because, you know, this YouTube shit didn't exist all those years back when. But I also figured you guys are introducing me to Opeth and plus other bands and stuff as well. So I figured, you know, I'll go with 5 bands that I listen to, that I love, and if I could go back, I would react to and all that shit all over again. And the 5 songs from those bands that I first heard for the first time that got me into them and just started that whole path of, you know, listening to them on a regular on my own time and everything. Some bands I'm pretty sure you guys already know about. There's some bands that I've mentioned on this channel and other videos, you know, previously. There may be some bands that you guys have never heard of before that I might be introducing to you for the first time as well. So maybe reciprocate this shit a little bit, you know, make it a nice little community with all the networking, whatever, you know. I don't know. Here's my 5 bands and 5 songs that I first heard from them. And if I could go back in time and react to these bands and as if though I'd never heard them for the first time, I absolutely would. I'm listening just 5 bands. It's not a favorite or a least favorite. It's just 5 bands I listen to. There's no particular order as favorites or whatever, anything like that. So it's just 5 bands that I like, and that's that. In no particular order. So number 5, Meshuggah. The first song I ever heard of Meshuggah was Future Breed Machine. It was like back in '98, and my brother went to a party, and he told me, he's like, listen, dude, I was at this party last night. Somebody had this CD of this band called Meshuggah. I think you really enjoy them. They're like really heavy and really crazy and stuff, but you know, I definitely think you would like them a lot. I never heard them, but I only knew of them because my brother mentioned it. And then I started to see like logos and stuff on like different like metal magazines and shit, but like still never heard them, never listened to them. And then I was in high school a couple months later, and a friend of mine in school had a copy of Destroy, Erase, Improve record. So he lent it to me and I went home and I listened to it. And you know, first track on the CD, Future Breed Machine, and I mean, fucking 1 minute into it, I was just completely floored. I was like, holy shit, this fucking band is something. I couldn't even keep up with what the hell they were doing because it was just so technical and just fucking wild. And I was like, wow. I'm like, and then you had that breakdown in the middle of the song, that fucking, you know, fucking, by the end of it, I was just like, okay, Jesus Christ. I'm like, fuck. I give it back to school, I give the CD back to my friend, and next time I had some cash together, I had enough money for 2 CDs, so I went out and I got Destroy, Erase, Improve, and Chaos Fear. Oh, Jesus Christ. Holy fuck, though. I almost wore out my fucking boombox just fucking replaying them. Fucking, I almost warped the discs out and shit just because I was just playing them over and over. So this is fucking incredible. But I'm sure most of you here already know Meshuggah, especially if you listen to Opeth. You know, it's, you know, or like Gojira or any other bands like that I listen to on here. You definitely probably heard it. But if you haven't, I would definitely say check it out. And, you know, Future Breed Machine was the first song I heard, and I would say check that out. But pretty much anything from them is just fucking, you know, crazy. They're all over YouTube as well, so you can easily find them if you're interested and you never heard them before. So number 4 is a band that I've not mentioned on this channel before, but it's a band that I listen to fucking regularly. Like if we were sitting down and I had like my phone, Bluetooth, Amazon Music, MP3, whatever the fuck, hooked up to whatever speaker system, whatever, and it was just playing songs at random, you're guaranteed probably out of every 5 songs, one of their songs is going to pop up. There's a band called Thrice. I discovered Thrice back in 2002. I was doing food deliveries during the day, and I was driving around the company van, you know, restaurant logo on the side, fucking blasting the metal station, WSOU out in Jersey. Driving down the road, and they started playing Deadbolt on the radio. I heard Deadbolt, and I was like, alright, cool, this is like that punk, post-hardcore, post-punk, whatever the fuck genre you want to put it in. It sounded really cool. I was like, alright, it's pretty cool, man. Very fast-paced, upbeat, you know, whatever. a little bit of like a breakdown towards the end of it. And then at the end of the song, in the middle of nowhere, the fucking piano starts playing. And I'm like, I just heard this whole song. I didn't know fucking piano was coming off of that. But alright. Oh, it's pretty cool. But unfortunately, I didn't keep up with them for a good several years. And one day, I went on MySpace.
Yes, MySpace.
And this is back when MySpace used to have when bands would have pages on MySpace, and they would have like 4 songs you can listen. You can click one of those songs and add it to your profile. Someone will come out and check out your MySpace profile. That song that they picked to go on their page would automatically start playing. So I went to my friend's page, and the song started playing. It was a very chill, mellow track. I was like, okay, who the hell is this? And I scrolled down, and it says Thrice, The Wailer. And I'm like, but Thrice? Is that the same Thrice from Deadbolt years ago or whatever? So I go to their page and I start going through the songs and I'm like, holy shit, you know, you're a fire breather, just a fucking I was like, wow. I've been sleeping on this band. It's time to go back and check these fucking guys out. And then from that point on, it was just, every record they do is just fucking absolutely amazing. Everything is so different from the next. Their songwriting is just absolutely incredible. The lyrics, the music, the melodies, I mean, just everything. One of my favorite bands, for sure, 100%. Number 3 will be a band, and it'll probably be a song that anybody who's listened to this band, especially like the older fans, would probably say that's definitely the same song I first heard when I first heard this band years ago. The band is Machine Head, and the song is Davidian. And the reason I say that people first heard it like that is because it's the first album that they put out, Burn My Eyes. It's the opening track. From start to finish, that song is a fucking brutal track from the fucking drum intro to the fade. I was in high school, my sophomore year, and I made a friend with this kid who tells me, yeah, me and my friends, we were in a band, we have a demo tape, check it out. So on one side of the demo tape was his band's demo, which I ended up finding out later on was just a bunch of bullshit. He used the Killing Joke song and he used a song from a band called Atomic Opera called Joyride. Great song, but definitely wasn't them. And on the backside, he said, yeah, there's a couple other bands on there, some other songs. If you want to check them out as well, go ahead and take a listen. And when I listened to that side B, the first track on the fucking cassette tape was Davidian, Machine Head. Up until that point, I had only known Machine Head by name, because I used to have like Metal Edge magazines and shit like that. And they would have like the little black and white pages at the end of it in the back of the book, like the Rockabilia section where they have like all the different metal bands where you can get like t-shirts and posters and band patches and shit for your school bags and all that shit. I had a Machine Head listed. So I knew of them, but I just never heard anything from them. So when I heard that demo, I was like, holy shit. You know, next day I go back to school, I'm like, bro, who the fuck was that first band on side 2? He's like, yeah, that's Machine Head. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to the store buying the fucking album. Get to the store, buy the album, but the thing is I didn't know the name of the song, and I didn't know it was on the Burn My Eyes record, so I went out and bought Things More Change record. So I'm trying to listen to the song. I mean, 10 Ton Hammer, fucking another fucking great opener, but I was like, fuck, where's this song? I'm like, I think I bought the wrong record. So then I had to go back to the store, picked up Burn My Eyes, and then put the, you know, turned it on, boom, the video came out. I'm like, yep, there we go, Let Freedom Ring with the shotgun blast. Fuck yeah. My number 2 is a band I've mentioned on the Gojira videos on this channel before. I haven't really gone into a whole lot of detail with them. Some of you probably know them, some of you probably don't. If you listen to like Gojira or Meshuggah, pretty sure you've probably heard of them, and if you haven't, well then here you go. There's a band called Car Bomb. The song is Rid. Now Car Bomb over the past 5 to 10 years have been really getting popular, especially like on YouTube and stuff like that. And they've toured with Gojira a lot. You know, even Joe from Gojira produced and has been guest vocalist on the record as well. And they've had other people too, like Frank Mullen from Suffocation. But a lot of people have been discovering them in the recent years. But I've actually known about these guys since 2005 when they first were coming out. Mike and Greg, who sing and play guitar for Car Bomb, used to be in a band called Neck. Now, if you know Neck, yeah, fucking Neck is a fucking amazing band too. They're on YouTube as well. You have to go check for them. If anything, I'll try to post some links for them as well. You should definitely check them out. If you like Car Bomb and you haven't heard Neck, you can really hear like the early days of how that all came about. At that same time, like Neck was already kind of like on their way out, and Car Bomb was just starting up. And when they were doing some shows with Neck, like the last handful of shows that Neck had, they were promoting like Car Bomb stuff. And so I went to their website, and when you go to the website, they had it set up so they had a 3-song demo recorded. It would automatically play as soon as you got onto the website. And the 3-song demo was Rid, His Eyes, and Solid Gray. And Rid was the first song I played immediately. And at first I didn't know what the hell was going on because my computer just started making fucking weird noises. And oh shit, no, it's the fucking song. And I was like, this, and I heard the 3 songs and it was just completely like, this is really taking that tech metal type of shit that, like, it's really, this is doing some crazy shit here. I don't know who the fuck that drummer is, Elliot Hoffman, but I was like, this guy's incredible behind the kit, whoever this drummer is. So I'm like, all right, I have to follow these guys. I have to keep on. I got to keep up with these guys and see what's going on with them. And luckily enough, I actually got to go to the first 3 shows that they ever had. The first one was in Ollie's. I don't know what it's called now, but at the time, I believe it was called Ollie's out in Amityville, Long Island. And they did a VFW show in Center Reach, and then the third one was a place that used to be there years ago in Farmingdale called Crazy Donkey. I remember at the Ollie show, which was the first show they did, I brought a friend of mine who was not a metalhead, and, he's not really a music guy, just, if it's on or whatever, go to a concert just for a good time, but not really like, he's not a musician or anything like that. And he was even impressed watching these guys play. And it was really cool to see them at the very first show that they ever had. And seen them all years later going on tour with like Meshuggah and Gojira in Europe and shit. And I'm like, fuck, that's awesome that they get to do that. You know what I mean? Like, they definitely deserve it for what they've been doing. Their music has been crazy as shit. But if you haven't checked out Car Bomb, or you don't know about them, go check them out. They are fucking phenomenal. And then my number 1, anybody who knows me personally is not going to be too surprised by this, but the band is Deftones. I've been a huge Deftones fan since the late 90s. However, how I discovered them was completely by accident. So a lot of people will tell you, that they discovered Deftones with the White Pony record or with Around the Fur or Adrenaline, I used to hang out at this pool hall with my friends and they had a jukebox there. And the jukebox used to have the Crow soundtrack in it. So I always used to go there and fucking jam out, Stone Temple Pilots, Helmet, Pantera on the thing. And I was like, I don't own the album. I want to pick it up. My favorite song off of that thing was Helmet, Milquetoast. Fucking hell yeah. Helmet is a great fucking band too. So it was around late 97, it was like right Christmas time. And my mother was like, write down what you want for Christmas. And I always put down music CDs and shit. So I put down the Crow soundtrack on my list. Christmas morning, I open up the gift. It's the soundtrack for The Crow 2. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, this is the wrong one, but I look at the back, I'm like, Korn is on here, and that's a song I've never heard from them, so all right, I'll go check them out. There's a couple of different bands. There's Deftones. I think I heard of them, but I'm not sure. Whatever, we'll check them out. So I listened to the Korn song on there, and honestly, I was, I like the Korn's earlier stuff, but that was like the first song I ever heard from them, and I was just kind of like, I'm not really liking that too much. I mean, didn't hate it, but I just, I was kind of, So I was like, all right, well, let me check out this Deftones track. And the song, Teething. Holy shit. I listened to that song so many times on repeat when I first heard it that day that, I practically, I think I wore out the batteries on the fucking back of the boombox because, I didn't have the cable to plug it in and fucking lost it somewhere. But holy shit, I was wearing that song out. That was like, holy fuck. So I was like,
hey Mom, I need $15. I gotta go buy a CD.
Dude, what, you just got 6 for Christmas.
Well, now I need 7.
Went down to the store and I picked up the Adrenaline record. Fucking phenomenal. This board comes on, fucking that whole fucking. By the time I was done with that, it's like, Mom,
I need another $15. I gotta go out and buy another CD. Pick up Around the Fur and shit.
Fucking, that was another great record too. All their fucking songs were fucking amazing. Deftones, I figured a lot of you guys probably know. They've been around for a very long time, and yeah, they're a fucking great band as well. So definitely one of my favorites. Don't know any of these bands or anything, you want to check them out? There you go. There's something. I figured for the most part, guys probably already know a lot of these bands, but definitely worth checking out if you're interested. When I get to 300 subscribers, I may do another list of another 5 bands, because there was a couple other ones I was thinking about. Like maybe I could throw this band in here, maybe I could, but I was like, let me just stick to these 5, because these 5 I already kind of know offhand, and I already kind of had that planned out for when I was going to do this one. So I figured maybe 300, I'll do another 5, And then anything like 400, you know, I'll play it by ear. I'll see how it all works out. And if anything too, if you guys have any suggestions for what you'd like to see or anything like that, you know, for every time I hit like a big milestone with subscribers, let me know. Comment below and tell me what you think. You know, I definitely want to hear what you guys say. I read through everything, you know, I'll get requests, I put those to the side and they're coming, you know, at some point, you know, 100%. But if there's anything you would see me like, you know, you want to, hey, what's your top 5 of this or what's your top 5 of that? You know, maybe you'll have something to suggest and I'm like, you know what, that's actually a really cool idea. I'm going to do that, you know, at the next, you know, whatever, 100 people, whatever, you know what I mean? But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what your first songs from any of these bands were, if you've heard them before, or if you know all of them, or if you don't know any of them, whatever, you know? Let me know what your first experiences were with any of these bands. Or what like your favorite song was the first song you heard, you know? Or give me some bands that you wish you could react to all over again, start fresh. So if you had a chance to rediscover a band, like what would be a band that you'd like to rediscover? You know, put it below, let me know. Maybe you'll put something in there that I've never heard before either, and I might start reacting to it and discover it myself too. Who knows? Anyway, I hope you guys are having a good day. Make sure to comment, subscribe if you haven't, and if you want to. It's a nice day down here. I'm gonna go outside and get some sun. I'll see you guys in the next video. Be excellent to each other. And again, thank you for the subscribing to getting up to 200. Let's get this fucker up to 300. Let's get this fucker growing. I'm excited.